One of the most common questions I receive in this channel is the costs of law school in the Philippines. Truth be told, the final amount varies from province to province, from school to school, and from student to student. However, there are certain costs that are fixed but are nevertheless unplanned and not correctly allocated by law students. Here are the hidden costs of law school in the Philippines and what you can do to save, coming right up. Hi, my name is Lex and welcome to Lex in Motion. In this channel, I'll be helping you build your competence, confidence, and capability in law school. Start today by hitting the subscribe button below. New videos are posted every Friday, even if when I'm sick. Law school in the Philippines costs an arm and a leg. At one point or another, Judge Caridad Cuerdo considered asking her parents to mortgage their farm to fund her bar review. Thankfully, hindi na umabot doon. Here are the hidden costs of law school and what you can do to save money. Now, disclosure time. The products and services I'll be mentioning in this video are just that. They are products and services I consume as a fellow learner of the law. I am not paid by any of these companies to endorse them. First off, let's talk about the fixed costs. These are the costs of law school that are more or less permanent and not likely to change in the next 4 or 5 years that you'll be in law school. Fixed costs include your tuition fees, miscellaneous fees, and if you're living near your school, the rent of your condo, apartment, bed space, or room. If you're commuting, more or less, hindi rin masyadong magbabago yan unless magsarili ka na ng kotse or mag-upgrade ka from UV Express to Grab. Fixed costs will generally not decrease over time, pero maaaring tumaas pa yan as and when your landlady increases your rent or nag-back out ang mga ka-share mo ng kondo. Fixed costs, madaling planuhin yan. Sulat mo lang sa Excel and add a 10% allowance just in case. Now let's talk about the hidden costs of law school. Hidden costs are stuff you might plan on spending, but you will generally overspend, except if you have nothing to spend or if you're actually on a very, very tight leash. Hidden costs number 1, textbooks. About 1,600 pesos per subject per semester. Law school textbooks range from anywhere between 400 pesos up to 2,200 pesos per book. I've pegged that at 1,600 pesos because at one point or another may offsetting na nangyayari. For example, sa civil procedure, you will use 2 textbooks. Mahal, but that cost is going to be offset from a minor subject, say legal medicine, na walang prescribed or required textbook. Hidden costs number 2, cases. Cases are the bread and butter in law school. You'll be asked to read anywhere between 2 to 42 cases per subject per meeting. Realistically, hindi naman lahat natatanong. Minsan mas konti, especially if that subject requires you to focus on the arguments of the parties and how the court resolved the issue. Minsan mas marami, as and when the professor focuses on the doctrine or the comparisons of doctrines in cases with similar facts, pero different ang ending. The mayaman approach is to read your cases using ISCRA. ISCRA stands for Electronic Supreme Court Reports Annotated. These are actually the soft copies of physical books that are stored in our law libraries. Point of pride ng lahat ng law firm, law school, and even government agencies na kompleto ang SCRA library nila. The service costs about 7,800 pesos per year or about 1,000 pesos per month. Mas mura if you'll be sharing an account between friends. Not sure if this is allowed by the terms and conditions of the service, but they're actually the best way to read cases. Ang bungad ng bawat kaso ay title, then the doctrines used and applied by the Supreme Court. This part is called the syllabus. This means that if tunay kang gahol sa oras, yan lang ang babasahin mo at may bala ka na. Bukod sa mahal, Iskra requires you to have a laptop, tablet, or malaking phone with internet access, except kung magda-download ka ng bulto and saving them offline as PDF files. The alternative is to give your list of cases to the school law library and photocopy service. In some schools, they will have the cases researched, compiled, and ready for reproduction for the set of cases ng isang professor kahit iba-iba pa ng sections. Shout out sa mga law school employees na nagtsatsagang gumawa nito. Marami ka nang natulungang maging abogado, Ate Jackie. Mahal ang photocopies, minsan matagal unless hindi bar review season at maaga ka naman sa law live. The other disadvantages are 1. Madalas kang magbibitbit ng rim. No joke, rim ng bond paper. Lalo na kung nagsabay ang Haveliana versus Executive Secretary at ang case ni Grace po. Siyempre, anti-environment ang photocopies. Imagine the number of trees na nagbubuwis ng kanilang mga buhay para maging abogado ka. The better alternatives are, syempre, 1. Ang Lawfil. Lawfil is a free service, a project of the Arellano Law Foundation. Libre ng basa ng cases online, pero wala siya nung syllabus. Personally, I use the Batas Up. It's a compilation of cases, but they're in HTML format. It's offline and it's free, but donations syempre are encouraged. The downside is the app currently works best using a laptop, not through a tablet or phone. You can find the link to the app in the description below. Hidden costs number 3, school supplies. Fountain pens are generally a requirement in law school. You'll need one, hindi man ngayon or baka sa review na. My suggestion is to beat inflation. Bumili ka na ngayon, kapatid, gamit ang sukli sa matrikula mo kasi pag 4th year ka na, aba mas magmamahal na yan. Ikaw na lang siguro, bes, ang hindi marunong magmahal. Invest in a very good fountain pen. Sky is the limit ang budget dito, but I'll be making my own recommendations in our handwriting video. For now, suffice it to say, set aside about 1,000 pesos for a Schiefer calligraphy fine, a bottle of Schiefer script, and 2 syringes with 18-gauge hypodermic needles. That's all you will ever need. Kapag may nagbenta sa'yo ng Parker, please don't get it. Mauubos ang 2,000 pesos mo. Finally, the life hack here is, as many of my friends personally recommend, is the Pilot V5. Ito ang generic sign pen at mabibili mo to kahit saan. The downside is they're not refillable and people tend to not throw them away. Even if wala ng tinta, huwag daw itapon kasi yun yung pinangpasa ng persons. Aba, didilaan mo ba yan para makasulat ulit? Pag nag-retire, tapon mo na. Personally, I use 3 Schiefer Fine calligraphy pens as my daily drivers. I ink 2 with black and 1 with red. I am able to use up about 1 black bottle in a semester. Although to be fair, ito na rin ang gamit ko sa office. In law school, you'll be underlining and highlighting the books, caudals, and cases you have to read. Minsan kasi kapag hindi mo dinudumihan ng page, parang dumaan lang yung letters. Sky is the limit na naman ang pwede mong sunugin sa National Bookstore sa mga highlighters in different colors, shapes, and sizes. Siyempre, gusto mo rin mag-stock ka ng iba't ibang shapes and colors. Bibili ka rin ng plastic boxes para sa unused supplies mo, para organized yung drawer mo. At magandang pen capsule, siyempre, sa mga bitbit mo sa school. Yan ang mayaman approach. The tipid mode is the use of a metal or plastic ruler, usually about 6 inches or the width of our textbooks. Invest in a metal ruler kasi hindi mababali sa backpack mo. Pero madalas kang masusugatan kung nagmamadali kang dumukot. Combine this ruler with pencils or a Pilot V5 as outlined above. Now, my personal recommendation is Sharpie. I've been fond of this brand for as long as I remember. Ito kasi ang gamit namin noon sa una kong trabaho, over 10 years ago. Mas common na siya ngayon, so don't be scammed into buying from online sellers na sobra kong makapatong, especially for the banana yellow. They're available in most national bookstore outlets. Mas okay bumili sa mga store na hindi puntahin dahil lagi silang kompleto sa kulay, shapes, and sizes. I do not recommend that you use Stabilo because over the years, Stabilo can fade. Dapat matingkad pa rin ang kulay when you read it back for your review. I'd also like to take a moment to talk about printing. I print my cases and I'm not ashamed of it. I print them in bond paper with font size 12 to 15. Naniniwala kasi ako na isang pares lang ang mga matang ibinigay sa akin ni God. Mura lang ang cost ng tinta at papel compared sa paglabo ng mata ko. 4 na taon ka pang magbabasa ng kaso. So be kind to your eyesight, kapatid. No need to print in Tahoma font size 8 with margins na buhok na lang ang awang with 3 columns pa. Sayang ang iyong paningin kung hindi mo rin magagamit sa panlalandi ng iyong katabi. Invest in a decent printer, especially in your freshman year. Yung sukli mo sa tuition, ibili mo na ng printer ng 2 rim ng pinakamurang bond paper, a good stapler, and staple wires. Choose a printer that allows you to refill the ink system yourself. The initial cost will more than pay for itself over the course of your law school education. Set aside a portion of your budget each semester for 2 to 3 reams of bond paper of the cheapest kind and 1 or 2 bottles of ink. You'll make a better estimate of the amount you'll actually need as you go through law school. The life hack, syempre, if you're a working student, is to print using your office supplies. Oo, nakakakonsensya, but if you truly have to make ends meet, pikit mata na lang. Other things you'll need are paper clips, post-it notes, and yellow legal pads. When it comes to yellow legal pads, I use Cattleya. No other brand will hold and absorb fountain pen ink as beautifully and as consistently as Cattleya. Cheaper brands will bleed, and to be honest, pag nagkalat ang sulat mong kalkal chicken, sisipagin ka pa bang mag-aral? Hidden costs number 4, coffee. Coffee for a law student occupies a separate food group into itself. The others are classroom snacks, shared meals, and yosi. It's a sad reality, and I hope you are a unicorn who will never smoke or drink coffee in law school. Coffee keeps us awake and serves as our rightful claim over a tiny space in Starbucks or some other coffee shop, preferably yung may katabing outlet. Ang prototypical na budget sa Starbucks ay 140 to 200 pesos per visit, usually 3 to 4 times each week, or realistically about 3,200 pesos per month, lalo na sa mga kaklase kong nakaririwasa sa buhay. That's a lot of empty calories in my opinion and could be used to instead find a nicer apartment where you have more space to study. Life hack dito syempre ay ang kopi ko 78 degrees. Sapat na ang isang bote para maitawid ka sa 2 to 3 hours of class. Depende sa level ng iyong pagod. There are days that my classmates need about 4 bottles just to survive tax 2. Yung iba, sapat na sa isa for a whole day dahil tanggap na nila sila ay sinasapian ni Aling Vicky. My personal recommendation is of course, Cafe Puro Instant Coffee. Plain, black at galit na galit. I drink about 2 to 3 tumblers of this each day plus 2 more cups kapag nag-aaral ako ng umaga. Cafe Puro is cheap and 3 packs of 100 grams each is enough for me for 1 month. Mura lang to, kapatid. If you can't drink black coffee, I suggest you start doing so. If you say it's bitter, then you probably had Nescafe Instant. It's a terrible, terrible coffee that's quite similar with burned gym socks. Good black coffee should taste nutty and almost not bitter. Lahat din naman tayo nung unang tikim ng beer, mapait. Cafe Puro, kapatid, try it. Hidden cost number 5, clothes. The clothes we wear to law school give us some form of a shield against the barrage of questions we receive from our professors. Clothing in law school should be functional, yung hindi ka lalamigin sa law library, but should not be hot. As and when papawisan ka ng malamig sa line of questions galing kay Justice Tang. Again, sky is the limit ang damit sa law school. You can spend as much as you can, as much as you feel you need, or as much as you can justify to yourself. I have classmates who wear about 120,000 pesos in shoes, bags, and jewelry per class. Kada klase namin yan. Pero kung sumagot ay hindi mo mababayaran kahit piso. Appearances matter, but only to a point. The life hack here, and my personal recommendation is to use your office clothes. For quite some time, when I lived in an apartment behind the school, I would take about 20 minutes to shower and change after office. Kasi material din that you feel fresh when you come to class. That was quite costly for me, especially because I had to pay twice the laundry costs. I chalked it up to the hazards of public transport. Kahit anong bango mo sa LRT, uuwi ka pa ring mandirigma. Tinanggap ko na yan ngayon, and I wear my office clothes to school. For the boys who are coming into law school as full-time students, please prepare 14 sets of tops and bottoms, plus decent leather shoes and casual shoes. Kung may budget pa, invest into good jackets or hoodies. Bonus tip, mura din ang hoodie sa law school. Yan ang minimum requirements, and by the grace of God, makakaraos ka ng law school ng minimal lang update or upgrades. Exceptions pag tumaba ka na. Plan to use your best polos pag masela ng prof. Yang mga t-shirt mo na hindi mo pinaplansya, pwede yan pang Sabado. For the ladies who are coming into law school, first of all, kaming mga lalaki, we honestly do not care if you wear the same outfit twice in the same month. Most of us do not notice, at kung may makakapansin man, yang may crush sa'yo, who will inevitably be too busy trying to study to impress you. Second, do not use shopping as your outlet for stress relief. Mamumulubi ka. Pwede namang tumakbo, mag-crossfit, or mag-bike. Remember that these activities can and will help you burn off the extra calories. This is one of the hidden costs of law school and my wife's barista's biggest problem. She was buried in a mountain of credit card debt, and she wasn't able to completely focus on the review. Mga bata, huwag tularan. Impulse buying will make you feel better about your performance in law school, but only to a point. Last hidden cost of law school, bisyo. Bisyo can take any form. Some use smoking, drinking, and partying. Others use drugs. Others use meaningless sex and binge eating. I am not going into the morality of bisyo because just like some of you, I have lost all moral ground. My road to recovery was brutal and I don't want you to go through it. Some of the best people I know I have first bonded with through Yossi breaks. Some of the worst people I know are also into heavy drinking or smoking. Nevertheless, lahat ng bisyo sa law school may bayad yan. Ililibre ka man sa inuman, know that you're paying for it with time spent away from your books. Or puyat, that will inevitably cause you to underperform the next day. Kung pinagpala ka at hindi ka nagkaka-hangover, there will be hidden costs too, such as your liver functions, BP, and bad cholesterol. Hindi mo man mararamdaman ngayon, sisingilin ka rin sa pagtanda mo. Although not strictly a hidden cost, I'd like to take a moment about snacks. Snacks are an easy way to keep us motivated and awake, especially for extended study sessions. Some of my classmates are able to stay awake by eating chocolate bars and gummy worms. Some get by with jelly beans or biscuits. Your food bill is a fixed cost and can just as easily balloon and expand each month. Depende kung gaano ka kabilis at gaano karami ang kaya mong nguyain. The life hack here is intermittent fasting. I'll talk more about this in our future video. For now, my recommendation is that you snack on nuts at hindi yung nabibili ng retail near your school. The better option, dumayo ka where pasalubong snacks are sold in bulk. This is where you'll find snacks, nuts in all shapes and sizes, usually in plastic packaging and specifically pampasalubong sa mga OFW. If you live in Manila, you'll find this just behind SM Carriedo. Mura ang mani dito at ang 2 to 300 pesos mo ay kapatid kilo-kilo ang mararating. Healthcare is not a hidden cost because life happens. And if you're working, I pray that your medical dental reimbursement, your health insurance, and your personal savings would be enough to meet these needs. And yes, I pray that you are able to make savings if you are working. If you're a full-time student, you'll have the time, the opportunity, and the environment to invest in your health with enough sleep and exercise each day. Parents of law students who partner with their children na sila ang bahala sa tuition, saludo po kami sa inyo. Sa ganitong video, sana po ay maintindihan ninyo na ito naman po ang mga share namin. Sa mga full-time law students o na budget, sana ay magamit ninyo to para makatipid ng husto. Lahat naman tayo magiging abogado. Tiyaga lang kapatid, tipid lang kapatid, at tiwala lang na tayo ay sasahod bago ang petsa de peligro. Thank you so much for watching. Like and share this video for good law school karma. And I'll see you next Friday.